The following announcement has been paid for by the Wrestling Epicenter.
Hey guys.
Hello, ladies. Remember me?
Let me talk to you, dummies.
It's now time
It's Vader time. TikTok.
It's showtime!
for the longest running wrestling talk show in history.
We are huge.
It's gonna be cool.
You're where it's at.
You smell like me.
Tune in each and every week.
You better keep listening.
Or I'll come out of your computer and turn it on for you. Or else I'm gonna kick your stinking teeth in.
We've been known by a few names.
The needs of the many far outweigh the needs of the few.
The Interactive Interview,
Interactive interview. Oh, yeah.
Interactive interview.
The interactive interview.
Interactive interview. The interactive interview.
The Blaze,
Blaze 1260 AM.
The Blaze.
The Blaze.
Blaze.
The Blaze Rock.
Interactive Wrestling Radio,
Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio.
Interactive radio.
Interactive radio.
Testify.
Interactive wrestling radio.
and a lot of other names.
Weekend warriors of wrestling.
The Pile Driver. The Pile Driver.
3-count wrestling.
The Hour Slam.
But it's all one show, the Wrestling Epicenter.
Wrestling Epicenter. The Wrestling Epicenter.
The Epicenter. Wrestling Epicenter, dude. The Wrestling Epicenter. Don't get off.
And your host from day one,
By ignorance or arrogance.
James Walsh.
Wake up, sleepyheads.
I could care less.
It all starts
Oh, tough guy.
Thank you very much.
Rush. Dumbed down.
Get out of my face. You win.
But I'm desperately out of time. So what you gonna do when Blaze Mania runs wild on you?
now.
And welcome back to 3-Count Wrestling, where it is our privilege to have as our guest the hardcore schoolgirl of WEW, Tara Bush. Tara, how are you doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
We're doing excellent. The first question we have, is one that we ask about every wrestler. Were you a fan of wrestling growing up?
Yeah, definitely.
Who were some of your favorites?
Excuse me?
Who were some of your favorites growing up? Favorite wrestlers?
I was a big fan of Hogan growing up.
The Hulkster. Good. Then you and I will get along quite well. Probably not these guys, but you and I will. Hey, I like Hulk Hogan too. Okay. That's what they all say. Why would you choose wrestling as your career?
Well, I've been wrestling since high school, and I always loved it. I was doing professional grappling for a while, and then I had pro wrestling with WEW. I worked with several other companies. I model full-time as well, but I love wrestling. I don't know what I'd be doing without it.
Where did you get your training?
I was actually trained through WEW.
Any girls in particular?
Grappling I learned in high school, and I trained at Kodokan Dojo in Brick, New Jersey.
What part of New Jersey?
Brick.
What was that?
Bricktown?
Oh, yeah. I grew up in Ridgefield, so that's a kind of familiar territory to me. What about your athletic background? Do you have anything besides wrestling in school?
I wrestled, I ran track. I always played softball, baseball, not on teams for school, just for extracurricular activities. And I'm a big fan of indoor boarding, which is it's kind of like balance training for surfing. I do that a lot.
Now, your gimmick in WEW is, and quote me if I'm wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong, is the drunk schoolgirl of Our Lady of Perpetual Motion. Now, how did that come about?
I don't know. Drinking has some major role in it, but yes, that's the basic gimmick. I listed as a hardcore schoolgirl, so that's the gimmick that I used for that particular wrestling for WEW. That came about that really wasn't actually my idea, but I did like the idea once it was presented to me, so I went along with it, and that's what we've done ever since.
Now, do you wrestle outside of WEW?
Yeah, I do some other promotions. I've worked, we have a company called Flat Wrestling. I've worked at Dangerous Women in Wrestling, Jersey All Pro, and a few other companies, Real Pro Wrestling Federation. But mainly I stay with WEW.
All right, well, this is the one quote-unquote questionable question we have for you. It's not dirty. Calm down, James. Okay. Angel Orsini, Francine, AJ Styles, and Shawn Michaels, like you, have to balance their careers in wrestling with their religion. How do you maintain that balance, especially in a company like WEW?
Well, you kind of stick to what you believe in. I myself am a Christian, so you kind of try to stick to your morals. You don't really worry too much about what everybody else is doing, and you just believe in yourself.
Now, what is your opinion on the WEW content, such as the PW Roll Girl tryouts? If you've seen any of the pay-per-views, I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the adult stuff that goes on with WEW, but again, that's not something that I'm directly affiliated with. But, I'm there for the wrestling and for the entertainment.
So I guess you don't have that big of a problem with it. I mean, if you did, obviously you wouldn't be working there.
Right. I mean, I'd prefer that we didn't have it in our shows, but if it's there, it's not really any of my concern.
Do you understand why it's done?
Yeah, basically.
Because a lot of people say that it's done because they want to make all the male fans happy. Like they're trying to appeal to all different forms of audiences. Do you think that's an accurate statement?
It's more of a thing where it's like a pay-per-view match thing. We're always on pay-per-view. And I think for whatever their target market is exactly, they feel that that's the best way to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a hot girl in a schoolgirl outfit's enough for me, but. Okay, well, back to those questions. Another aspect about being a woman in the wrestling business are the devoted, if not insane fans. We interviewed Kylie Buck from Major Guns from WCW, and she's had a few stalkers in her life. Have you had any?
Yeah, there's definitely people that follow you around and acquire your phone number at times, and they're just definitely hardcore fans. And we do our best to be as nice as possible. We love all the fans, but sometimes they take it a little too far.
Any unusual marriage proposals?
Yeah, had a few of those too. I think we all have.
You have a website. Any strange requests for like pictures of your feet or anything like that going on?
I actually have my own website, and I have all modeling, wrestling stuff on there. I also have a section on there for foot fetish, and there's a balloon fetish section on there. I don't do anything new though.
Balloon fetish?
Yeah, it's just another one of like the light non-nude fetishes out there.
Wow.
But my website covers pretty diverse.
Okay, now you don't have to be too graphic, but I'm just trying to figure out what a balloon fetish is.
Basically, I just dress in few clothes and talk to the camera and sit around and blow up balloons and pop them. It's actually pretty fun. It's a nice change of pace from what I usually do.
They don't have you dress up like a clown, do they?
Oh, no.
And the website is sexymodelterra.com, correct?
Yeah.
Does modeling make more money for you than wrestling?
It depends on the time of the year. I've been modeling full-time for longer than I've been wrestling. It's two completely different, genres. You can't really compare them, sort of. But the money is good on either end. It just depends. I can't wrestle for, I wrestle for a month and then I model for a month because I can't obviously do photo shoots and all bruised up and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. We just did an interview with April Hunter, who also works at WEW. I think you probably went into it. she made a comment that she too used to be a model, and I made the joke, what happened? What went wrong in your life? You decided to go from such a glamorous, modeling to, she's telling a story about how she broke her ankle and compressed vertebrae and broke her nose. I'm like, this is just not glamorous.
Depends on how you look at it. I have a ball in your eyes. I love entertaining, so wrestling, it's athleticism, it's entertainment. And there's, to a certain degree, I can incorporate modeling into it.
Mm-hmm.
There are photo shoots at the shows and stuff like that.
Right.
But like I said, you can't model the day after a wrestling match. No.
All right. Well, another thing about women, or another aspect about the women's wrestling business is the almost instant opportunity to pose in men's magazines. If the opportunity ever came along, would you be willing to pose for Playboy?
Playboy, no, but I did. They did do an article about me in FHM in July.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's that about? Is there any pictures in there?
Yeah, it was kind of.
That
it
kind
was
of perverted.
a spread about women with odd occupations.
Oh.
And I was in there as a WEW wrestler. There's 5 girls. They came from all different areas of the United States. And we went to New York and did the photo shoot. It's a 3-page spread. And on the front, they have everybody posing in, sexual lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
And it said, it says, can you guess what these women have in common? And on the next page, it's just, they all have odd occupations. And then it lists, you have to guess from the first page to the second page or so.
Oh.
And then the second page has everybody in the attire of whatever occupation they have.
Interesting. Very interesting. So why not Playboy? Is it nudity that you don't want to do?
Yeah, I don't feel that I should pose nude at any point in my life. I don't have a need to do that, and it does get, the morals and ethics of the Christian faith.
Interesting.
Well, another thing that a lot of women encounter in the business is this almost incessant desire for breast augmentation surgery now. If I can be perfectly honest, you have a very nice set of boobs. And I hope that doesn't offend you at all, but was the plastic surgery any way involved in that?
Actually, before I got breast implants right out of high school, before I was even modeling full-time or wrestling. Well, I was wrestling, and that's what I mean, pro wrestling, obviously. I went from a D to a double D. I already was well endowed. I never had surgery, never broken a bone, or anything like that, so I just wanted to do something crazy, and that's what I decided to do.
Does that get in your way of more amateur wrestling, though?
No, not really. Once, it's like any other part of your body, you just acclimate yourself to whatever the conditions are. And in my case, that's like, having, artificial nail tips on, which I do most of my matches. People say, how can you wrestle in them? And I say, I don't know what I would do if I had to wrestle without them.
Well, I guess the final question we have for you, unless my producer and my co-host can come up with another one, is where would you like to see yourself wrestling-wise in the next 2 or 3 years?
As far as wrestling is, well, the WEW Championship is up for grabs now, and I plan on taking that. I don't really plan on going too much further in the wrestling industry. I like WEW. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm not really looking to go for any network television and stuff like that. Balancing modeling and wrestling, I'm not going to be under, any specific contract. I'm going to, do whatever I want to do in both industries.
So you don't see WWE or TNA as
not
as
actually something that I would be interested in.
Oh, really? Wow.
So I take it you're more serious about the modeling then?
I'm more serious about it. I'm happy where I'm at. I prefer to wrestle women's wrestling, federation, stuff like that. I'm just not all about the network TV wrestling.
Gotcha.
Okay. Good enough.
Well, we really can't thank you enough for this. Right now, this is shameless plug time. The floor is yours. You can plug whatever you want. 3, 2, 1, go.
me? Well, like you guys said, my website is sexymodelterror.com, and I just want to let you guys know that WEW has a pay-per-view airing on the 18th of June, which is Nude Ring Anarchy.
Yeah.
And our next pay-per-view taping is at the new Alhambra in Philadelphia on August 18th. If anybody wants to come out to see that show, I'll see you guys there. And that will be called Fist of Steel and Sex Appeal, because they're a cage match.
They're all cage matches?
Mm-hmm. For the WEW title.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Very interesting. At the last show, I forget the name of it. Chris, you want to help me out with that?
You speaking of the one in Atlanta?
Yes, the one where you wrestled the Amy Lee, and I forget who else was in the match with you.
Are you talking about
that would be next.
Or the last match where Primetime and the Iron Sheik went against Sumi, Sakai, and me? Which match are you talking about?
It was the three-way match.
This was Night of Erotic Insanity.
Not everybody can sign it. There we go.
That was also in Atlanta, but we were just in Atlanta again. What was your question about that?
Just basically, was that one of your first matches on WEW? Because I don't remember seeing you before then.
I was working with WEW training before that. I had some smaller parts, but that was my first, I believe that was my professional match for WEW.
Were you comfortable going out there like that?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, entertaining is what I love to do, and I love wrestling, so I'm not really all that nervous going out there now. You know, I have a better feel for what's going on, and I'm actually trained, and I can go out there and do, you know.
I think one of the things that surprised me about your performance in that match is you not to be insulting, but you're quite a bit smaller, especially next to Primetime. And then she puts you in this move where she just looks like she's breaking you in half. And it was a very good sell. I must give you credit for that.
Well, thank you. I mean, you know, wrestling is about doing what you got to do to get the entertainment over, and it's, you know, sometimes you get hurt, sometimes you don't, but as long as we're all trained and we know what we're doing, everything's good, and, you know, we all get along.
Excellent. Well, once again, we can't thank you enough.
No problem. It was great talking to you guys.
All right, before we let you go, can we just ask you for one little favor?
What's that?
We always ask a guest if they mind giving us what we call an ID, basically saying, this is Tara Bush, and you're listening to the 3 Count Wrestling.
Okay.
So you can put your own spin on it. If you want to add it to, like, the Schoolgirl character, that's cool, whatever you want to do. Okay? We'll count you down, and you can go in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, this is Tara for Schoolgirl, and you're listening to 3 Count Wrestling.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you
very much.
You're welcome.
Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.